Welcome, trainers, to the magical world of Genshin Impact. Pokemon Arceus has been receiving a lot of great attention recently, which I personally love as I have a fondness for the series spin-offs that take the game in a new direction. And it got me thinking, wait a second, a franchise that introduces a colorful cast of characters, often related to an elemental category, featuring a basic protagonist that the players can slot themselves into, and is broken up nicely within regions? Now, where have I heard of that before? Now, instead of theory crafting a specific Pokemon team comp for every Genshin unit, what if we designed Genshin Impact to slot directly within the original 3 Pokemon series? And how would that work? This means that Mondstadt gets Kantomon, Liyue gets Johto, and Inazuma gets Hoenn. I think it's a 10 out of 10. There is so much water in both places. What this also means is that every region gets their own specific dex, alongside the ones from the previous decks to make it truly realistic. So how well does this concept actually work? Let's dive into the first, Pokemon Impact, Anemo Green. The first thing to address is the player character, Lumine or Aether. Just like any other protagonist, they set off for adventure with the help of some starters. I'm not sure if I want to give the original starter Pokemon native to each region to the player character, but I do have some additional mons I want them to start with. Plucked fresh out of the water with an old rod at the start of the game, it's Paimon. We won't be adding too many fake Pokemon to each region, but I thought that Genshin's mascot could slot right in as your main travel buddy. I also want to embrace the Traveler's elemental switching ability, so they start with an Eevee. This Eevee is special though, as it has the special ability that changes its typing depending on what plate you give it. When you enter the new region, they'll give you the associated plate, so you can mimic the transformation when you touch a statue. The first region on the list is everyone's favorite, Gen 1 Mondstadt. Mondstadt's story, much like Kanto, is the simplest to understand. You're aiming to be the Pokemon Master, and will defeat some evildoers along the way. We begin our journey on the same coast the game takes place in, slowly reaching village after village until you hit the main hub of Mondstadt. But you can't waltz right in and demand to fight some champions. First you have to defeat the gym leaders, which are all conveniently 4-star units in Genshin. Your first taste of battle is against the first NPC, and later, the first gym leader that helps you in the game, Amber. Amber's rocking a normal team type, getting you used to the battling and giving you handy tips along the way. You get to progress past this first area by beating her in a gym battle as your final test. You continue on to the main hub in the game, the city of Mondstadt. This area acts as the central city of the region, much like how Castelia City did that for Pokemon Black and White. Here, you'll be loosely following the major story beats found in Genshin's regular story quests. The major difference here is the existence of Lisa as your second gym leader here. She's a ghost-type trainer nestled in the back of the library in the Knights HQ. From there, you'll be heading east to the Thousand Winds Temple. There, you find Fischl on a recon mission. She's setting up camp to gather intel on the Abyss and will also stand as your third gym battle. Between this and the next gym, you progress some of the main story, meeting Venti and learning about the Holy Lyre. In order to progress, you need information from the church members to learn about where it's located. Venti's decided to tag along for this section. From there, you move down to the Falcon Coast. Barbara is patching up some fishermen that were attacked by the Fatui. You deal with them, and she reveals herself as the 4th gym leader. She explains in passing about the storage section under the church, and later that night, you infiltrate it to steal the lyre. The next section falls pretty closely to the main storyline. You infiltrate, have to hide out at the Angel's Share, meeting Diluc, and have to steal the lyre back. Once the lyre is in Venti's hands, you and the team return to Mondstadt to receive more orders from the Knights. There, they send you over to Wolfendom. You'll interact with Darius for the first time and battle the next gym leader, Razor, in his natural habitat. After Wolfendom, the team treks down to Dawn Winery to meet up with Diluc, who Gina asked you to meet with. When you arrive, Diluc is not there. However, you come across Noelle, who is tending to some maid duties around the manor. While there, Diluc has allowed her to use the winery as her own gym, and you battle her as the 6th gym leader. Of course, now that you've collected a fair number of badges, there has to be some kind of legendary you're gonna fight. That's right, it's Dvalin. Each game is going to include a creature from Genshin as its major legendary inclusion. Just like the normal story, Venti summons Dvalin, learns that the dragon is tainted by the Abyss, and opens a way to the last section of the map so that you can defeat him. A dragon flying type, this creature awaits you at the top of Old Mondstadt to see if you're truly worthy to capture him. While you're in the area, Rosaria has set up camp monitoring Stormterror's lair. Beat her to obtain your 7th gym badge. With the team by your side, you travel into Stormterror's lair and snag the box legendary, completing the main story beats that happen in the Mondstadt questline. But our story is not over just yet. Finally, it's time for your last badge, which sees you flying back to Mondstadt City and heading over to the final major section, Cape Hope. There, Sucrose is continuing her experiments, and as the last of the gym leaders, she's no easy fight. But if you manage to defeat her bug types, you'll be able to collect the last badge. Now that you've gotten all 8 badges, it's finally time to challenge the Elite Four, who are of course Mondstadt's 5-star units. And where are you to go to take on this incredible challenge? Well, Dragonspine, of course. This cold tundra acts as your final challenge and the last step to becoming a master. At the broken bridge at the start of Dragonspine, you meet up with your first of the Elite Four members, Diluc. He remarks that he doesn't really like the cold, but he can see the fire burning inside of a competitor and challenges you to a fight. Diluc is our only dual-type elemental fighter in the entire region, using a fire and fighting combo, a slight allusion to his past use of a delusion. The next person to take you on is Jean, who's taken some time away from her nightly duties as acting Grand Master to test to see if you're truly ready. You've done well to make it to this point, but let's see what the honorary knight is really capable of. Jean's team does not disappoint, as she's the strongest grass-type trainer out there. You travel further up, reaching the innermost parts of the cavern. In there stands Albedo, who waits for you amongst his alchemy materials. Your Eevee, it can change element with an item. How interesting. Allow me to study you further. The chief alchemist comes at you with a rock-solid team, but you manage to pull through. You emerge from the cave, realizing that you're reaching the highest peak in all of Mondstadt. Incredible, isn't it? Someone calls out. Being so close to the stars, you look to see the last of the Elite Four, Mona, looking down at you. The stars have already determined the outcome of this match, but I might as well give you my all anyway. Mona's team is devised of psychic users, and fantastic ones at that. Finally, you've defeated the Elite Four. All that's left is the champion. You climb even further up, to the highest point in Genshin, the top of the pillar. There, you meet an old friend, Venti. Of course the Archon's gonna be champion. Venti thanks you again for saving his friend, but promises that it won't make him take you any less serious as a challenger. You gear up for the final battle. Okay, pause for a second. I didn't mention this earlier, but Gen 1 is honestly the hardest to design considering how small the pool of available Pokemon are, alongside trying to make them work thematically. So, well, I'm sorry. Venti's team is... well, it's overpowered, but there aren't really many other options when it comes down to making something that works in universe. Considered to preside over the 4 winds of this universe, Venti controls the mystical birds as your final true test as a Pokemon Master. Despite these overwhelming odds, you beat Venti, and he laughs, telling you that your story would make a wonderful song, as he crowns you the newest Pokemon Champion. Congratulations on completing Pokemon Animo Green. If you're wondering if I've thought up anything for late game content, I actually have. However, this is going to be its own separate video all about the Spiral Abyss, the endgame for all 3 regions. If you enjoyed my take on mashing the 2 franchises together, be sure to subscribe to the channel as well as check out the other regions down in the playlist below. Let me know in the comments what you liked, what you would have changed, and what kind of crossovers you want to see in the future. Thanks for watching, and good luck catching them all.